For Dukascopy TV, I'm Alex Isaac with this edition of the weekly wrap-up. Joining me for a review of the past week is Fexco's Bill Kemp. Bill, the UK has seen a lot of market movement this week. What do you think has been the biggest mover?
By far the biggest market mover this week was on Tuesday, with industrial production and manufacturing production figures coming in worse than expected for the UK. The net result was sterling weakening off against a basket of currencies. And obviously this caused concerns for the UK, may be having to raise interest rates earlier than anticipated.
Many experts had been predicting the US FOMC minutes would be either dovish or hawkish. However, since the release, the reaction has been mostly one of disappointment. What is your reaction?
Yeah, much the same. Overall disappointed. We did see some encouraging signs of a pickup in capital spending, upbeat in a labour market, and the ending of the tapering process, which was announced on there. The disappointing part for me was that the minutes didn't give any real plans as to when we would see interest rates being increased. So it was a bit of a disappointment not to see that.
The release has had an impact on the world's economy. Could the pound rise or fall due to the minutes?
Okay, so we've already seen the pound weaken off from this data and pull back again throughout the course of this week. And this week sterling looks king. But I think it's more than that. It's a bit more eyes down for next week and the plethora of data that's due out from both the US and the UK in the form of retail sales and consumer sales figures.
Bill, has there been any currency pair that has surprised you this week?
Yeah, sterling US was probably the biggest surprise. And basically I was expecting more in the way of sterling weakness after the poor data releases that we had from the UK on manufacturing and industrial figures. But we saw that pull back, which is saying again, sterling being quite key at the moment. But the fact is that it did pull back some of the lost ground. That says that there's potentially more strength to come throughout the course of the next week or so.
Finally, what would you suggest for our viewers to be on the lookout for next week?
My predictions for next week, I think that I would like to see some more sterling strength on the back of some retail sales figures next week, as I've just mentioned. But I do feel that that will be potentially short-lived. We've got some US figures that's also due out. So the UK figures are out on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I think we'll see a slight pullback with some probably on par industrial production figures, and then boosted again by the following day from, I would imagine, some slightly better than expected jobless figures from the States.
Thanks so much, Bill. That's all for today. We have new updates daily, so keep checking Dukascopy TV for the latest news. Goodbye for now.